Hello, I'm Courtney Cardini and welcome to Life of a Travel Writer. We are at vlog 6 out of 52 because that is the goal for 2025. I'm trying to do a weekly update on my current book statuses. So it is February 6th and in the last video, I realized that I didn't have any updates on my books, and I currently don't, which is something that I did not think about when I first decided to go into this challenge of making a weekly update video. I guess you just don't think about it when you make a challenge sometimes, because my goal here is just to make a weekly video to see if it's something that I want to do long term. And I picked my subject of my books and was like, sometimes you don't have any updates. So that is a new challenge that I have found. So yesterday when I was trying to make this video, I couldn't think of what I wanted to talk about because I currently don't have any updates. I am doing notes back and forth with my literary agent on my current first book, which is with the working title, The 2-Year Sailor. So we are in the stages of book proposals, so we're still doing the draft on that. So I have no updates. So I was thinking about it, and I also have 3 other books that I am currently working on, and I decided that I'm just gonna start trying to organize it in a way that is also something that I can present. So I made this little graph thing that I got going on. I got it on my iPad right now and I'll put it on the screen. So currently for February, my current book updates, I have memoir number 1, which is currently sitting at 83,000 words and 83 and 140,000 words. The other week I decided not to touch it anymore because I'm kind of in that weird mental space where I can't do anything yet because I want to see who's gonna pick up the book. And that means it could go in several different ways depending on who the editor is. So I thought maybe I won't touch it anymore, but then I decided with another writing friend that we were going to start switching pages back and forth again. So in working on the book proposal, I've had more time to think about it. So I have started to add more to the manuscript because of those 2 reasons, that I'm working on the proposal and I see like new threads that I kind of want to add, and also because I'm going to start exchanging pages with a friend just as a good practice to have in general. I think it's something, if you're a writer, the point of being a writer is that you need readers. So it's nice to have that back and forth. I wouldn't suggest it depending on you as an individual. So everyone does things differently. It depends on how far you are, how much you trust the person. This is just something I'm looking for. I need some type of reaction so that I can move forward, kind of thing. So that's what we're doing there. So book 1, memoir, is exchanging pages and working on book proposal. Memoir number 2 that I have already started is actually about last year. I spent the year traveling with my partner and we did 17 countries in 2024. So that is because idle hands. So I started a second manuscript the second I was done with my first manuscript. So that is the second book that I'm working on. It is about my year-long travel with my partner. So I have just started working on that, and I've already hit 7,448 words, which feels nice because my goal is to have the first draft done by the end of the year. It's just something to keep my attention and to keep the continuous flow of writing books, because as I've said before, my goal with this strategy is to be publishing a book a year or continuously publishing books. So even if my first memoir doesn't work out, I'm hoping that my second travel memoir will pick up if the first one doesn't. So it's just something that I'm always having in the works, which leads me to my third memoir, which I started the other day, and it is, I'm currently recording my process of publishing my first book, which is going to be the third memoir, and it's going to be a travel memoir as well, about travel writing. So the current working title is 2 years of writing. So that is the current process of that book. So I do have those 3 books that kind of all align together, and I'm also just mostly doing it for the practice of it because I am trying to get a lot more travel writing done. I'm picking up a lot more travel books and everything like that so that I can have that in my wheelhouse. And then the fourth book that I'm currently working on is a fiction novel. As I said before, I have been writing since I was a kid, so I have dozens of unfinished manuscripts. So my goal for the next 2 years is to finish one full manuscript. So for the last 2 books, I've given myself a longer leeway time just because of the fact that it's not something that I'm trying to turn out quite quickly. I'm trying to see where the evolution of the project is going to lead me. So that is where we are at the moment. I'm hoping that book 1 will be, I'll hopefully sign a deal within the next couple months. So hopefully somebody will pick it up. And then I'm hoping to have it either published by the end of the year or into 2026. And then for book 2, I'm hoping to have the first draft finished and then start putting that out on submission by the end of the year. And then hopefully that'll be either done by 2026 or 2027. So I'm not, obviously it's too early to say when things are going to be published, but giving yourself a good deadline for certain things helps you be able to track your metrics to see where you're going, and that's what I'm doing. So I'm giving myself an end game so that I can track to see how long it's going to take me. In my ideal world, in the long run, I would like to be able to turn out a draft within 3 months. But I am not up to that level yet, especially since that this is going to be my first book that I'm publishing. So I know that it's going to take, there's so much that's happened in all of these times, and I travel to a lot of places and I do a lot of things. So being able to condense all of that into 1 book or 2 books, it's not an easy thing, and picking 1 year to focus on in general and turning it into a book is just not a easy thing. There's so many different ways that you can go with the project. So that is where I am at the moment. For our first vlog of February, I am currently structuring how I want to see things come out in the future. So these are the only 4 books that I'm currently working on. I do have a lot of other projects going on in the background, which I'm very excited because one of the things about travel writing I decided this year was that I was going to go to at least 2 conferences. And one of the conferences is in May in New York, Women in Travel. And I had already purchased my ticket, but then I found out that if you volunteer, you can get a free ticket. So I applied, I believe at the end of December or beginning of January, I'm not sure. I applied for the volunteer position for the conference, and I just found out yesterday that I got it. So I'm excited because, it's nice to get money back, and I find that volunteering is one of the best ways to get to know an organization if you want to partake with them long term. And because of the fact that you're volunteering, it's a easier way to be able to talk to the speakers and everything that you like, because during the conference times and everything like that, like they can't talk to you. So like if you're there earlier or you're there later, you're able to meet people one-on-one. So I think volunteering was a great decision. So I'm very excited about that. So I have that conference that I'm volunteering for. I did also, I'm on the wait list for volunteering for the conference, for the travel blogging conference in Ireland that I'm going to. But I'm not too hyped up on volunteering for that one if that one doesn't work out, because you don't get your money back. So either way, I've paid and I'm attending. So that's fine if I don't volunteer, but I will have to see, I'm going to compare to see how many connections and how much one-on-one time I can get with people that I want to meet compared to the 2. So I'm going to compare volunteering and not volunteering if I don't get off the wait list for that. If I do get off the wait list, I will still volunteer even though that I paid for my ticket, just because I think it might end up being more of a benefit. So yeah, so right now we've got the 4 books going on, we've got conferences that I'm excited that are coming up, and then we leave Bangkok soon in a couple days. I'm very excited because I get to meet my nephew. I'm very excited for that. So yeah, and then I will start my adventures in South America. So that's it at the moment. But yeah, I'm grateful that you are here and hanging out. And if you have any questions, feel free let me know any projects that you're working on, and we'll see what happens. Next week I am not sure what we will be talking about. Hopefully something. Hopefully we will finally be out on submissions. We do still have some last notes we're going over, so we shall see what happens. But I'm very excited for the year. I think it's going to be great. I have a lot of great opportunities on the docket, but I don't want to get too excited about too many things. And I'm going back to Rome, which I'm very excited about. For those who know me in real life, they know that I am obsessed with Italy and Rome. I lived there for a while when I was in graduate school, so yeah, I just, besides New York, Rome is my home, and I love it very much, and I'm very excited for this year, and I'm excited to take you along with me. So I hope to see you next week. Thank you for watching.